Fleabag is one of the best shows to ever exist. Written and created by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag is based off the one-woman play performed by Phoebe in 2013, and contains 2 seasons with 6 episodes each. The 12-episode series makes you laugh and cry within one scene 90% of the time. It finds joy in even the saddest or most awkward situations. The comedic timing is brilliant, and one of the best elements of Fleabag is how she directly addresses the audience. We are able to get an exclusive look into our main character's thoughts that no one else in the show is able to do. Always having a sideline with our protagonist makes us as the audience believe we are here with her on this journey, and understand her more than anyone else. When the fourth wall breaks more and more, it's also pulling viewers deeper and deeper into Fleabag's mind so that her decisions and responses to things almost feel like our choices and responses. We get her. We see how she handles pain outwardly and then inwardly. We can downplay our emotions, and we can also deal with them in different ways, ergo humor or pretending there's an audience with you at all times to make your life almost appear as a play. There are many theories out there that debate what the people around her physically see when she is addressing the audience. I have to admit, when I first watched this, I did not consider what those around her witnessed. Did she physically turn her head and say it out loud? Would she just think it in her head without the turning motion? One theory that I really liked, which was also the inspiration I had to make this video, I saw on TikTok by username @saidhbhbreen. I'll put their username right here in case I mispronounced it. The video showed their interpretation of what Fleabag might look like to those around her while she addresses the audience.
I'd really like to be your friend, though.
I'd like to be your friend too. We'll last a week.
What was that?
What?
Where did you just go?
What?
You just went somewhere. There.
This video portrays Fleabag's inner dialogue to not include a physical movement, but rather an expression, or lack thereof, in their eyes. She zones out and appears to not be present in her conversation anymore. Her eyes look dull and lifeless, almost until a second passes and she is brought back into the present. Although the audience is given a funny and snarky comment in those moments, the real-life representation for those around her is quite the opposite. This theory is interesting because it has been said that Fleabag's coping mechanism to the trauma she's gone through is disassociating and turning her mind away from the present. It can also explain why the priest, who is the only character that notices her dissociation, is able to tell because he really got to know her and was able to see those small moments where she does not look like she's present. Speaking of the priest, my next theory involves the fox in him. In the early side of season 2, the priest tells Fleabag that foxes are out to get him, and he has multiple fox encounters to back this up. Like everything in Fleabag, although hilarious, there is a deeper meaning. I have read about 2 interesting theories on what the symbolism of the fox is and what it represents. The first is that the fox represents God, following the priest wherever he goes and being a constant reminder of what he has sworn his life to, his religion. The other theory is that the fox represents temptation, just the opposite of God. The temptation following the priest wherever he goes as he continues to walk the other way, fighting this temptation to sin. The temptation in this case is Fleabag. Both theories hold weight since the priest has to constantly fight this inner battle between Fleabag and his religion. I saw this TikTok today by the username @coolguy_86. It was about the discovery they had at the end of season 2 where the priest tells Fleabag he chooses his faith over their love. In this scene, it can be related very well to the famous painting by John Everett Millais called The Huguenot, and I hope I pronounced that right. I was not familiar with this painting, so I watched a video by this TikTok username, and they explained it in short. So these 2 lovers are shown embracing. They are the Huguenots, French Protestants that have just been attacked and mostly slaughtered by Roman Catholics. It's based off a real-life story. Some of the Huguenots were able to escape by wearing white armbands, which was a symbol of allegiance to Catholicism. In the painting, the girl ties the white armband around her lover, desperate to save his life. He holds her in the embrace while also pulling against the band, depicting he chooses his faith over surviving. He chose his faith over love, just as the priest did in Fleabag. I thought that relation between the 2 was beautiful and I wanted to share. I want to restate, these are all just theories. Fleabag is a super meaningful show and well thought out, so there could be many different interpretations and theories out there. Like, my boyfriend likes to believe that the fox has no underlying meaning. He just thinks it's funny that one type of animal follows around the guy. Everyone has different interpretations and theories, and I just wanted to share some that really stuck out to me, and I believe they are very possible. Fleabag is the ultimate comfort show. It can be beautifully deep and then shockingly hilarious at the same time. It reminds us that life is never set and final. You can constantly grow and change as a person, and it's okay to mess up. Second chances are big in the show. Fleabag gives herself a second chance by forgiving her past. The banker gives Fleabag another shot after explaining how he just wants another shot at life himself. Claire gives her life another chance by going after what she wants. The priest gives himself a second chance by continuing to follow his faith after he sinned in his eyes. The series is all about learning and growing from your mistakes. Nothing is ever set and final. Just remember to forgive yourself and then continue to live.